Hey everyone, I'm here. And today we're going to tell you another scary story. This one is from our community member Emma. She writes, "In my freshman year of college, I lived in an old Victorian house. My best friend and I were the only ones in the house awake. We were getting ready for bed. All of a sudden, the lights flickered and died. We were both kind of scared, because we didn't know how to turn off the old kerosene lamps we had in our rooms. You had to have a match, and I think there was a storm outside. We started screaming for our roommates, and when the lights came back on, we noticed a creepy porcelain doll sitting on my bed. It wasn't ours. No one lived in the house who owned a doll like that. We were talking about how weird that was and decided to ignore it and go to sleep. Well, that's when the doll started moving. First, its mouth opened really wide, and then it started coming towards us. I swear I was frozen in place. It kept coming closer and closer, and I couldn't make a sound. Then it stopped right at the end of my bed, and I could see its eyes in the moonlight. They were a milky white color and soulless. I screamed and ran out of the room. My roommate found me crying in the middle of the hallway. We looked back at the room and the doll was gone. We never saw it again, but every time I walk past that room, I still hope that I don't see the doll standing by the window." And our next story is from our community member, Jake. He writes, "When I was little, around 6 or 7 years old, I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. I remember sitting up in bed and looking at the corner of my room and seeing a gray, shadowy figure of a hunched-over old woman. Then it disappeared. I remember shaking and closing my eyes tight and trying to get back to sleep, but I couldn't. Then I started hearing whispers in my ear saying my name. I remember squeezing my teddy bear so hard that the stuffing started coming out of it. I remember begging my mom to come sleep with me, but she didn't. She either didn't hear me or pretended that she didn't. I cried myself back to sleep, and the next morning I told my parents what I experienced, and they said it was just a nightmare and that there is no such thing as ghosts. I believe that there are ghosts and that one day they'll believe me. This happened about a year ago, and to this day I can still hear the whispers sometimes. We love hearing your stories, so keep sending them in. You might hear your story read on the podcast. And if you like our scary stories, stay tuned for more. Our scary story writer is on social media. Follow them to see what they're up to. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media for more scary stories. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.